I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast is recorded today. Also pay respects to the elders past and present, and extend that respect to any other Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people who may be listening today. This is Melanated in Melbourne, a podcast designed to give an insightful look into the Australian lifestyle from the lens of two Black American besties. Welcome back, Mel Nation. I'm Ri'chard.
I'm Luke.
And this is Melanated in Melbourne.
Melanated in Melbourne.
Yes. Beautiful. As you can clearly tell, our dearest Nicole, who is here in spirit but not physically, is in the middle of Fringe. So we have our dear friend Luke sitting in for us. And we have a special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Siki Daha. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to sit here and talk with you guys.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Actually, before we get started, there's something that has happened this week, and by the time this episode comes out, it'll still be relevant. Also, time is imaginary, so we'll ignore it. I'm not sure if either of you have heard of this bar called Pink Pony in Sydney.
No.
So they recently, actually as recently as this afternoon, have been under fire because of the way they're marketing their venue. Pink Pony is, first of all, using Chaperone's Pink Pony
Well, I was
Club.
going to say, that's the only Pink Pony I know.
Right. Yeah.
So they're using that song to advertise their opening gay venue, and it's specifically for 18 to 35-year-old gay men. And that
What, they said that?
they said that.
While
Why?
using a female
While
song.
using a lesbian song, they're like, this club is for 18 to 35-year-old gay men. And
So the cutoff
Do they
is 35?
check your number? Like,
see,
do they
that's the
check your
thing.
age?
It's like verification. It's like ID is like, oh, sorry, sir, you got to go home.
I only got 3 years left.
Right,
so.
I have one.
Excuse me, I'm past that age. So
My condolences. How dare you be older?
yeah, right?
So the thing about this that actually kind of drives me crazy is the two people running it are 50 and like 70 years old.
Stop.
So-
70.
So first of
So
all,
like
they can't
twice
I
their
can't.
age.
you can't even get in. So it's giving predatory, it's giving misogyny, it's giving exclusionary to the highest, and understandably so. They've been flamed all the way through. They have deleted all their posts talking about it. They've been interviewed by different local medias, like, oh, the response is surprising. We could have phrased it differently. I'm like,
I'm
That
not
is
sure. How are you going to
crazy.
phrase
That is crazy.
anything to make that sound better?
Yeah.
it's giving exclusionary.
Can I just say, sorry to cut you, there's this.
shame.
Yeah, well, there's this quote that Obama just said recently about Trump and a few other political leaders, and I just want to get it correctly. There's a lot of older men who are still trying to find ways of being relevant, and they're doing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly that, but it was something along those lines.
I did see
Still
that
trying
one.
to be, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're still trying to find relevance in the world when their time's kind of passed in some way.
Holding on so tightly to the power, like they're going to be here for much longer. Like not saying to die.
Yeah,
but,
that's it.
I mean, well.
well, I didn't say it. Is all.
The last federal election was the first time that the millennial age bracket outnumbered the baby boomers. So it's starting to happen, and it's literally starting to happen because they're dying.
Yes,
Yep.
that's literally.
Speak on it. But no, it's very interesting to me because we've been doing this podcast for about 3 years now, and there are people like, oh, why you need to say it's a Black podcast? Like saying it's a Black podcast doesn't mean this is only for Black people of this, age of this, but it's more to elevate because spaces like this where it's like only gay men, and realistically, those only gay men, it's probably only white men. If we're being completely
Oh my
honest.
God. I mean, Sydney gays as
Sydney.
well.
For Sydney gays, you can say it's for men only, and that includes trans people and women. But at the same time, I walk in there, it's going to be a sea of white. So it's just like those groups already exist in a plethora. So like name a
They're
lesbian
already.
bar.
Name a
No,
lesbian
there
bar?
was
Like
one.
What was it called?
If you're talking about beans.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
was
closed
called
now.
Beans?
Bean
Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah,
Where was this?
it was on Smith Street, and
Yeah.
so I think they were actually really good. It was like also a neurodiverse.
I was gonna say it was specifically for
neurosensitivity,
neurodiverse. Yeah,
and like they'd have like quiet hours and that kind of thing. So it was primarily a lesbian bar, but it was never advertised as a lesbian bar. Like it was known as that, but other than that one, like name a lesbian bar.
oh
Name
wait,
a
there's
trans
the
bar.
place in Brunswick too, and I can't remember its name. I've been there a couple times though.
And now
It's
name
like
a gay bar.
Well, yes, sir.
So exactly. So like
go-to.
to be like, oh, we're just trying to curate for these spaces. And like, baby girl, there's enough. Like we have plenty of spaces.
I can't believe in 2025 someone would do something
well, you know
like
what?
that.
The Laird is the same too. Not that I've ever actually been to the Laird.
What?
but
You're
they-
missing out. I like the Laird.
From my understanding, I am unwelcome in the Laird.
What? Why?
Because she's a twink.
No, anyone can go.
So I've been to the Laird. I'm familiar with the Laird, but the 2 times I went, I felt like I was going to be eaten alive.
Oh, in a good way?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
They
about.
probably meant it in a good way. It's like this appreciation. I'm like, I'm in danger.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
So it's very much like it's exhausting, but it's like I was really happy to see that as quickly as it popped up, it was shut down, but just like people across the board.
Yeah.
So like, if nothing else, the foolishness, the tomfoolery is being met with resistance as it should be.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I think it really is just this older generation being out of touch with the
Yeah.
values of people our age now and younger, where we actually want diverse and inclusive spaces. And like, you know, God forbid that BIPOC people might take up any kind of space.
That's it. But you know what it is? I think if someone like that has the ability to go and create a club or create a space that gay people can go to, queer people can go to, why not go and ask, what is it that you need? What is it that we can provide to you? Because we have the money, the power, the space, the platform to do it. Instead, they've gone and created something and then created all this backlash for themselves.
Absolutely.
Like, it's the stupidity in which some of these men carry themselves with that just boggles my mind. It makes no sense to me. Go and ask the people what they want, because I'm sure they'll love a pink pony thing, but make it more diverse, make it more interesting, make it for everybody. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
And
That's my Oprah moment right there.
No, and you should say it. and you should
Because
say
I'm
it.
so passionate about that stuff. I think they need to be there for the next generation, not tell them what they should or shouldn't do. Is listen to them, you know?
It's not time to like be like keeping up with old exclusionary policies that didn't work before. So like, why are we keeping it going? Men get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, particularly white men.
Like, even when Beans was out, I bought my girlfriend's gift card too. I'm like, that space, they don't need me. They don't need me in that space. So I'm like, to every queer woman I met, I'm like, hey, y'all, you know this is a thing. But I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's so cute. I'm like, yes, you can have my money, but you don't need my physical presence. You don't need my baldash. I'm like, hey, I love the lesbians too. Like,
With a shimmy,
right.
shimmy.
Well, you have to, like, it's like, is that not the code word? Like, you shake your titties to entry.
I went to Sundaylicious last year for a friend's birthday, and some of the women there were like, ooh, we love having gays in. And I had some other people being like, why are you here? And I was like, because it's a friend's birthday. Like, it's allowed. Fine.
Wait, is Sundaylicious a lesbian thing?
Yeah, it is.
It's
it
like
is.
a rotating party.
Wow,
Yeah.
the lesbians
But
are at it.
I was like
Great.
sitting there holding my boyfriend's hand. I'm like, honey, what do you think I'm going to do in here?
Yeah, it's like, I'm definitely not here to step on your toes. I can assure you that much.
Yeah, like I ain't one of those predatory straight men. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, safety, right? Yeah.
Oh, but actually, you mentioned your passions. I was really excited to have you on the show because after your agent reached out, I did my thorough research because, like, I need to know shit. So I will let you do your own explanation, but I'm very excited to have you. And one of the
Thank
things
you.
we kind of
Thanks for having
do
me.
before we start it, just kind of give your introduction, your origin story, whether you were born here, moved here, just tell our listeners who you are, and then we'll just kind of dive into it.
I'm a white stewardess from Nebraska.
I knew you looked familiar. Brenda. Okay.
Brenda, I like Linda. What's my origin story? So my name is Siki Daha, as I said before. My background is Pakistani. I was born in Pakistan. I've been raised all over the world. I've been very fortunate to live in Europe, Asia, and in Australia. I have spent my high school and primary school years in Perth. And after Perth, I was living between Sydney and Melbourne, and then Europe, and then everywhere else. I now live in Melbourne, and I go to Brisbane every 4 weeks for the school that I created in 2021, which I've now expanded over here, which is also very exciting. And I also have a not-for-profit, and I've just stepped back into being an artist after almost 2.5 years. So it's been quite an interesting journey. I just went to 5 different directions, but that's kind of like the narrow.
I mean, that's a
Like,
pretty
that was a lot.
impressive resume, you
Thank
know,
you.
like talking about an elevator pitch and you're like, I run 2 businesses. It is international now. Well, sorry, national, not international.
one day international.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one day.
Manifesting.
And
We
then you're like,
manifest
and
this
I run a
podcast.
not-for-profit and I'm a musician. Like, you got a lot of hats that you're putting on
Yeah.
and off here. That's
Yeah.
very impressive.
Thank you. I'm trying to be the Pakistani J-Lo. You know how J-Lo does 100 things, and I love Jennifer Lopez. So I want to be like her one day
Okay,
when I
yeah.
grow up.
Well, you can already sing better than her, respectfully.
Leave J-Lo alone. I love her.
Don't be
she's
fooled by
a
the
great
drugs that I
dancer.
got. I'm still Siki from the block.
Yes, come through.
Oh, so I guess my first question for you is,
Yeah.
what drew you to music?
What drew me to music?
Yes.
Because I can sing.
Well, yes.
Literally that simple. Well, I mean, when I was 8 years old in Pakistan, in a city called Islamabad, I was learning how to play
Oh,
the
the
tablas.
capital, right? No, not the capital.
No, Lahore's. I'm pretty sure Lahore's the capital. I should know this.
You should know
I'm pretty
this.
sure Lahore's the
I
capital.
have a
No,
friend from
Islamabad. No,
Islamabad.
Islamabad's the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
See, don't confuse
I'm
me.
a bad Pakistani. Well done. Thank you for calling me out on that. I learned tablas, which is basically the Pakistani drums. Like you sit on the floor and you play them in your hands.
Okay,
You've seen
see,
them before?
well, yeah, I thought they were Indian. That's what I was
India,
taught at
Pakistani,
uni. Yeah, I mean,
this is
it's-
controversial to say to some people, but it basically was one country at one point. But there's a lot of similarities with instruments, with food, a lot of stuff. So music, Bollywood, ZTV, there's lots of things that are very similar still. But I learned the tablas from my tabla master, and then one day he asked me to try and sing something, and then I did. And then my parents were like, oh, he can sing. And then we moved to Australia and then started the journey of music. And that's kind of how it happened.
Oh, okay. And what was the journey like?
The journey up until now?
Yeah.
It's been long. It's been great. It started off with going to singing schools like Johnny Young Talent School in Perth. And then it was another one called Popcorn. They had really cool names. And
That's cute.
I was doing music troops and singing in bands. And once I hit 17, I then moved to Melbourne and I was studying at JMC Academy in South Melbourne.
JMC
Yeah.
Academy.
Funny enough, full circle moment today. I just got here from JMC Academy. I haven't gone there since 2007. I went there today and I was like, wow, I used to go here. I used to sit over here. I used to eat over here. I went there because I wanted to have a meeting with the academy about some stuff to do with my school. But it was really cool to walk into those rooms and be like, oh, I used to go here. And now I have something behind me to step into this space and be like, hey, I need to speak to someone official. You know, that was really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after JMC Academy, it was live music bands, Sydney, reality shows, touring.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Reality show.
Why did I bring that in?
Yeah, well, now
I mean,
you're gonna get
it was on
asked.
my list, unfortunately. You were never getting away from
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's
That's why I
online.
asked you. I was like, is there anything you don't want to talk about? And I asked for a reason. 'Cause I have
Too
a
late
list.
now. The camera's rolling.
I know. No, I'm happy to talk about it. It's been a very interesting journey.
What reality show?
So I was on Australian Idol on the 3rd season. I think it was 2007. So it started 2005, 6, 7. Yeah, I think it was 7.
2007. So
Yeah.
I would have watched you.
Yeah. Oh, you might have. I mean, I look very different to back then. I dress very different to back then. Basically a different person. I'll send you the link.
Okay. Yes,
It's somewhere
please.
online. I sang Nora Jones. Don't know why.
Oh, yes.
For my audition, and there was a few interesting moments in that audition that allowed me to get through. But I think it was more the controversial part of it to do with the judge being a little bit racist and
Which
that.
one?
Mark Holden.
Oh, Mark Holden. Oh, I
Yeah.
was fully expecting you to say Dicko.
No, he was really nice. Yeah, he was
Oh.
really, really nice. Yeah. But it was a great journey. I learned a lot, and I really milked it for about a year, and only had like 10 minutes on TV.
So what, you just got past the first audition.
So I got through to Sydney. I auditioned here. I got through to Sydney up until just before the group rounds where they go into the semifinals. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. But great experience.
Okay,
Yeah, great
nice.
experience,
Yeah.
So when you say you milked it, what did you do afterwards? Because like 2 music schools and a not-for-profit and being an artist. I looked into your music. This supposed to be doing research. So like I have my questions, but in what order did it go? So obviously Australian Idol and then music school or not-for-profit or straight into artistry?
It was Australian Idol, and then it was just music, being an independent artist, and then traveling the world and living in Europe, touring over there and creating an album over there. Then I came back over here. Then I was coaching for a little bit in Sydney, being able to do some music over there as well. Live shows. It was just more like an independent artist, you know, like the independent artist route that you're doing, just trying to get experience, exposure, get as much, you know, of your songs and music out there, do recordings. Just that kind of journey after Idol that gave me a little bit more
poor.
confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hustle and whore, literally everywhere, you know. So it was great. It was really, really cool. And I'm really grateful for that. Music school's only started in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so only recently.
Was it a COVID brainchild or was it kind of like you were already planning to do this and kind of that was just when it came to fruition?
Well, I was living in Bali for about a year and I was touring with a DJ for about 6 months doing house music. It was really fun.
That's
wow.
sick.
Yeah, and then I moved to Vietnam, and then from Vietnam I was in Berlin, so I went back to Europe to live there again, and then COVID happened 4 months later. So then I had to come back here, and I had to sit in Melbourne for about 7 or 8 months trying to work out what would be my next direction, because as we know as creatives, it's not a stable space. You have to look at what you can make financially and in a stable space from your creativity. You know what I mean? And I know I can coach. I've got a lot of experience with different training techniques, and I was trained classically, R&B, pop. And I do love being able to coach people and guide them on the same kind of journey that I've been on. So, you know, the school was always something I wanted to trial because I had been a head vocal coach for a different school in Sydney.
Oh, wow.
So it kind of just naturally came about. But I waited about 6 or 7 months before I moved to Brisbane, where then I created the school. But I knew I wanted to go there because there was no one, I guess, that was coming from an international perspective, from the experience I had, and also from a BIPOC perspective. That there is so many people of color in Brisbane. I didn't realize there was, but I wanted to tap into it and see if I could create something.
Yes, you found your niche.
Yeah. And there's no one there like me, I guess, in the sense that queer, brown, singing R&B, you know, space for women particularly as well. You know, so yeah, it worked really well within 6 months, and I've just been building it ever since.
And so you're just like been all over the place. Europe, Bali, like Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Brisbane.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. Yeah.
Is it hard moving that much?
No. No, it's not because I always had one goal, which was music. So I always just had my backpack and I was good to go. I never had any other bags because I mainly just wear singlets and jeans and sneakers.
Well, I mean, you're a gay man, so yeah.
Well, I would think more gay men would have like their luggage suitcases and things. No?
I think it depends, but you know, you can get by with, with a white singlet.
Yeah, right?
I've always been extra, so I always like to have statement outfits. I wouldn't have like a shit ton because I moved here with a backpack and a suitcase.
Yeah.
But now I have an apartment full of stuff that I could never move with the backpack and a suitcase. I'm like,
I've done the traveling with literally just a backpack, gone around the US for a few weeks, just a backpack. Loved it, and I've definitely moved into the phase of like being like, I haven't even got there yet, and my bag is like burgeoning and like almost
mentally shopping already. I haven't got off the plan. I'm like, oh, what kind of clothes can I get here? Like, how can I elevate my wardrobe here?
Exactly. I love having all my options laid out. I'm like, which cunt am I going to serve today?
So actually going back to your statement, it's very easy for you to move. Do you plan to stay in Melbourne for a while? Because if you've already bounced around that often, is there another step forward?
For me, when I got to Brisbane, I gave myself till 37 to then look at more options, either with the school or without. So I had a goal that, okay, when you turn 37, you should have an established company to some degree. You should have a goal of, you know, you've got this many clients, you've got either coaches or you're doing it yourself, whatever it might be. So when I got to 37, I was like, okay, I'm here. I've got coaches, I've got a space, I've got everything that I envisioned that I wanted. So in order for me to expand this little thing that I'm doing, let me go to a bigger city and see what we can do there. So then in September last year, I moved here. And then in April this year, I launched the school in North Richmond. And it's just growing now. So I'm just kind of trying to build this little empire of a being, I guess, you know. So
oh yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're proud of yourself, but I hope that you've been getting the accolades you deserve, because starting anything, even if you've done it in other places, is always going to be difficult. It's always going to be a lot of opposition. There's always going to be a lot of people who won't be there for you at the start of it, but once it gets probably like, oh yeah, of course I know you, of course I'm supporting you. But in the start,
hello,
you're just like,
fair weather friend.
right. And especially doing it in so many different places, like I hope you feel the impact of your work, especially with the not-for-profit, which is my next thing I want to ask you about.
Yeah, sure. Do I feel the impact of the work? I did this past week, I will say, because on last Sunday, I was in Brisbane, and I'd planned this about 4 years ago, because we have showcases every month or every 2 months where the singers who are doing lessons or group classes will get a chance to get up and perform, right? So one of the great selling points of the school is that when you come in for lessons, you're not just coming for lessons, you're then going to get a chance to perform every month, right?
Yeah.
So it gives them a goal to have for beginner singers, intermediate, whoever. So for the first time, our showcase was just all original music on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
That
Right?
is nice. Yeah.
Which meant there was 11 or 12 singers, mainly female, who had been working on their original music with either our producers or outsourced producers, songwriting with each other or songwriting themselves. And it was just all original music, including myself and some other artists that I sang with. And it was a milestone because I envisioned, I was like, one day I'm going to have a space where, yes, we have the school running itself and all this stuff is happening, but we're going to have an original showcase where all these singers are going to be able to showcase their music just like I've been doing for years. And so that was on Sunday. So I definitely feel the impact that is, I guess, the goals and drive that I have, but also I see the impact in a lot of these people and their kind of achievements happening. You
That's
know?
amazing.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love that. So tell us more about the not-for-profit. I'm so curious.
Yeah, sure. The not-for-profit started off originally as a book, and it was about Brandy, the singer Brandy.
Brandy Norwood.
Yeah.
Miss Brandy.
I'm paying attention. I'm locked in.
Are you a Brandy fan?
Oh, ma'am, impossible.
Cinderella, sing it!
I was wondering if that was going to come up.
Yeah.
I love Brandy. Brandy's been one of my favorite singers for since I ever discovered her in '97 or something. The book was about Brandy. It started off as a book, and it was called I Believe in Me, and it was meant to be a series of I Believe in Me like Brandy, I Believe in Me like Jennifer Lopez, I Believe in Me like, and there was a bunch of them, right? Mm-hmm. We only had enough money to print one, so my friend Amy and we put in the money to that, and then we released the book, and then we came up with a marketing plan. And then the marketing plan worked for a period of time. We had Brandy's fan bases come on board. They assisted us. They pushed everything. And then eventually she got hold of the book. And she now follows me on Instagram. I hope.
Yeah. I would have
The
cried.
gay scream. I love it. I hope that she's still following me on Instagram and she hasn't done like a call.
Yeah.
But back then she started following on Instagram and we had a conversation. And unfortunately didn't go anywhere because I presume that with her, she's probably got a lot of people trying to talk to her here and there, but she shared the post and she shared the book and that got us some more sales, which was great. Her team was very kind. So it worked for a period of time, but it didn't work enough for us to cover our costs and our revenue. So we had all these books that kind of lay dormant for maybe about a year. So then I was like, okay, I love the idea of helping women of color. I love the idea of being able to build these books. I want to do something on a larger scale. So then we had all these books and I thought, okay, why don't we just get all the stories about women of color that are already out there as well as ours and bring them around the world? And why don't I raise money through my Instagram, through Music Roof, through the clientele, through GoFundMe campaigns and bring these books everywhere I go and just buy them based from the GoFundMe campaigns or based through people who are supporting, right? Yeah. So one of the things that we do is when people pay for lessons for a group class or a solo class, $2 from each lesson goes directly to the not-for-profit account, which then we accumulate, and then throughout each year, we'll put that forward for whatever we're doing. So for example, we made some money through the GoFundMe campaign. We had a couple singers and artists who had their first solo showcases, so not a group showcase for like the school, but they asked to use our space and have a solo showcase where they would get to just do 10 songs by themselves and invite their friends and family. Did that at our space, and all the tickets money went straight to the not-for-profit.
Okay,
So we
nice.
raised some more money from that, which is really cool. And then we had a Brown Girl Collective, which is a collective in Brisbane, collaborate with Music Roof, my school in Brisbane, just last Saturday as well. And it was a workshop for all women of color to be able to find their inner confidence. The workshop was called Amplify You. So there's all these ways that people see now that Music Roof, the not-for-profit, is kind of elevating and what it's done and what we have been doing. And they want to kind of be part of that, you know? So it's really nice.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Love.
No, it does.
Yeah.
So with all of these items and going back to music, when do you find time to rest?
I don't.
Okay.
Relatable.
Right? Yeah. It's just really important to me. I've got lots of goals and I've got lots of drive, and a lot of the inspiration that I have is from people who have really achieved a lot of things, like from Oprah, and I know I mentioned J-Lo before, but like watching these women create these empires, create these foundations, these spaces, opportunities for so many different people, it's really made me want to do something similar on my own smaller level, and then hopefully one day become as big as I envision it. So for me, like honestly, I said this to someone just yesterday, that my life began at 35. That's really when it really began. So I'm only just starting, really.
Oh, yeah, and happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yes.
It was
Happy
also your
birthday,
birthday
Mama.
recently.
Yeah, it was.
happy
You're a
birthday
Libra
to us.
baby
When's yours?
too.
March 28th.
Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, it was my half birthday if we're playing that game. So, and we all had birthdays. But no, I think that's beautiful. And as you mentioned before, you're coming back into music. What do you have coming up? Because I know you just dropped a single on 1010.
Yeah.
And
thank
then
you.
the month for FWB was in September.
Yeah, so FWB was with my two sister girlfriends, Satika and Kame, who are Brisbane-based artists, and one of them even works for the school as one of our producers. I've known these girls since I got to Brisbane, and they've been very much part of my journey as I've been part of theirs. So that was really fun, and then we had a remix come out of that from my other friend Rodrigo.
Yeah, the house mix. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it should be played in gay saunas. I'm working on that. It's a very
Well, you know what? Actually, we have a friend that helps organize
You
gay
do
sauna
not.
events. Yes,
You
yes,
do
we
not.
do.
Can we
Yeah.
get the song on there?
Yeah, I'm sure we
Probably.
can hook you up.
We were listening to
send
on
it.
a road trip last Monday in the car, and it's very sauna-based music.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a specific niche.
Listen, find your space because
Yeah.
there's always at least one
I
other
mean,
person,
the
and then you
gays
just kind of collect
will,
each other.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the gays will.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very sexy, the song, and you can just...
I know. I recall one of the lyrics being something about finding a man to pound me.
That was myself.
Yeah.
That was my lyric.
Yep.
Yeah, we all had our dirty verses in there. It's a very horny song, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's called FWB. You can't
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
It's not about studying.
That's it. Yeah. Could you imagine? It's not about studying. Yeah, so that's that one. And then I have a very mindful, demure, sweet song called Mary John, which is in brackets, my love and my life, my sweetheart, however you want to interpret it. And Mary John is in my language, Urdu. And then it's obviously My Love in English. And that came out last Friday. And that's kind of to coincide with all the shows and stuff coming up, which is really exciting.
So with those two singles, those came out this year, and your album Men came out 2023.
Yeah.
What made you feel like this is the moment? Is it because you're back in Melbourne? Is it because you have established the second music roof, or
What made me get back into music?
your reemergence, if you will? Because like
Yeah.
you have done the two schools, not for profit,
Yeah.
and then this now.
Well, I think it's because I, number one, had a bit more time now to do it. I also had fun.
Time.
Yeah.
That's a lie. What do you mean
Listen,
time?
It's like the time I could have been sleeping, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it fucking sounds like.
Well, that's kind, you guys. But yeah, I had a bit more time, I guess, to step back into music and have a chance to revisit the things that have allowed me to kind of create the foundation for everything that I'm doing. So I also had lots of stuff that I'd written, and the songs, I recorded about 30 or 40 songs over the last 2 years. That
Wow.
and I'm only releasing 3. So to me, yeah. it
Mama,
was-
you picky.
Yeah, I'm very careful with what I want to kind of put out there. And also, I want to put stuff that is authentically what I would like to listen to and that I like, and then have it out into the world. So, you know, we did some really cool songs and we got some really cool stuff down, but this stuff has to really work with kind of where I'm heading. And I also want to tap into my background and with the South Asian demographic and the South Asian communities, which I've never touched in before. So I really wanted to have something that they could relate to as well. With Mary John, it kind of worked out.
Yeah. Oh, that's really beautiful. And I have a question. So the album's name is Men.
Yes, the last one.
So
In the sauna.
yeah.
To be clear.
So tell me what inspired that.
My visit to the lesbian bar. I don't know. What inspired my, well, I mean, it's pretty self-serving in that, but it was accumulation of being in an on and off relationship with this gentleman in Brisbane, who is a very lovely guy, but unfortunately didn't work out in the end. And then the journey before him and the journey after him and the journey in between him. Because we were on and off so much. There was also other guys in between. There was hookups, dates, situationships, just messiness all around.
I mean, look, I can relate to that because
Yeah.
all my songs are breakup songs. Like, there'll be like one or two where I'm like, yeah, let's fuck hard. You know, like that'll pop in there, and then everything else I'm like, how can I like rewrite this breakup again?
So we know the focus of our song then when we do it next week. It's going to be a breakup
It'll
song.
you watch, it'll just come out. I won't even mean to. I'll just start writing something. I'll be like, yep, it's happened again.
I love that.
what do you mean next week? We don't have that on record. What are you talking about?
Do you want to tell them?
Oh, well, I mean, we might be just recording some music.
Yes. With Ed Moon as well, who's
Yes.
also an established artist from Nam. And
Lion.
I haven't met them yet, so I'm
Yeah,
meeting
yeah.
them for the first time. We've only connected via Instagram. Today we're meeting for the first time as we are. And with Ed as well, I've not had a chance to meet too, so we're going to meet all
Look,
together for
it's
the first
all
time.
going to be brown people, queer, coming through, and we're going to figure it out.
I'm so excited talking about breakup songs.
Breakup songs and new connections made in spite of that, because of that, I don't know. Everything happens for a reason, and it's really funny that Luke was available to step in. That you had just started work because everything just falls into place as a piece of necessary. So when you lean intentionally into your purpose and what you're excited about, the universe gets out of your way.
100%.
I think the universe helps. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
let's
For
go.
sure. 100%. Can I just say, when I was coming up here in music, I didn't ever have a chance to work with anybody who looked like me, who we all had similar sounds in some way. We were queer, we were BIPOC, all that kind of stuff. We were just talking about this before, even finding Ed and finding you. The fact that I'm able to do that now here, when I used to go out even to the clubs, to the gay clubs, there was like 6 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know how different that is now.
Yeah. No, it's super different now. There is a lot more people of color out there, right? But people like us, when it comes to our styles, our music and queer, and not conforming to the way it's commercialized to white society in that sense, I think that to me has been something I've really struggled to find. So to be able to find you guys and to connect, and now that we're here, it's
community
really awesome.
is like so important in the arts. Queer BIPOC community as well.
Yeah.
It's like such a small space within the scene, but like thank God for social media nowadays. It makes it so much easier to find each other compared to like what it used to be. And Ri'chard is such a champion in the space.
We try.
Yeah, you know, and that's like why we got stuff like this going on to help each other find each other. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because in the last few years, it's been like not easier, but I think it's been more necessary to decenter whiteness, just because everything we've grown up with, it was like, oh, we're chasing this white standard of X, Y, Z, or this is what the mold is, and everything else outside is considered other. And realistically, there's no reason for it. We don't have to do these things, because when you decenter whiteness, you can stand there tall. It can be intimidating, but at the same time, if you're standing tall, one of your songs you mentioned, Tall Poppy Syndrome, which we talk about all the time on the podcast, is because like if you stand tall in your blackness, in your brownness, in your queerness, other people can see you better. And people are like, oh, Tall Poppy will get cut down. I'm like, yeah, but also there's someone who could be looking for you.
Yeah.
There's someone who could be looking for this connection. And if you're not brave enough to like, I can do this, then we'll never get better. We'll never have these opportunities where you'll find someone on the internet and make sad queer music and be like, hey, let's do this because we're brown and down kind of thing.
Absolutely. And there's one thing I've learned. It's that anything that makes my white middle-aged dad uncomfortable is the direction that I should lean in.
White middle-aged dad. I love that.
That's actually a stunning segue, because there's a song on your albums. Like, I love artists who like put their emotions into all their songs, and like Brown and Beautiful, absolutely love from Men.
Oh, thanks.
And there was a song called Good Dad, and I like it. You're like, yeah.
That was a really good segue. Did you guys plan that?
No.
That was very good.
But like, so with songs like that, particularly in the BIPOC community, with queer brown men, there is, I don't want to say a trope, but there's a pattern of the connection with their father not being the greatest. Did you want to speak on that? Like, it's like
of course. Yours? I'm happy to. That song is actually not about my dad. It's about my ex-boyfriend's relationship with his daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was because at the time he had an 18-year-old. I think she'd be 21 or 22 now. She's also, I believe, in music, or she does something creative in the arts. But that song was about her relationship with him and how he is and was a really good dad. And so that was kind of centered around that. My relationship with my dad is non-existent. That's probably the best way I can say it.
Yeah, well, because you said, I wish I had a good dad in the lyrics. I'm like, well, this could be about someone else, but like,
Yeah, I mean, with my dad, it's an interesting topic because I've come to a place where I love my dad from afar and I wish him the best wherever he ends up and whatever he does. I haven't spoken to him in about 5 or 6 years now, and I had to make the conscious decision to kind of step away from him, not because of anything that he did. He's just unfortunately a very traumatized and toxic person, and I needed to make a decision where boundaries were concerned and had to kind of put that forward and try to kind of move in life that way. I tried many times over the years, but we just couldn't get into that place of peace. And now it's funny because for the longest time I've said, you know, there's something mentally unwell here. And finally my mom, we're going to go deep for a second. We're going to go deep, right?
it's more than allowed.
We love deep.
Right? My mom, actually, who I've asked her a gazillion times to leave my dad because he's just not been the best person forever. She finally left him last week, which was really exciting.
I was gonna ask what your relationship was like with your mother.
Yeah, my mom and I are like best friends. We've gone through it, which has been really cool. Like we've gone through it and really coming through a lot of things over the last year, I'd say. My family's gone through a really interesting time. My brothers, they were working together. There was a few things that happened. One had to step down. My dad tried to sue my brothers, which was a whole thing. Like my family should be studied and should be on a Netflix special. They would hate that I'm talking about this, but I hope they see it. And the world should know that there's some clown foolery in that family, I'm telling you. But yeah, I'm really happy for my mom because it's taken a lot of strength. She's 64. She's been with that man since she was 16.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
So a long time. And so for her to have that strength, it's been steps, you know. She first decided 4 months ago, okay, this is not happening, you know, let's just move forward. And then about a week ago, I'd say, she gave him the papers to say, okay, this is what we're definitely doing. We're dividing now everything, and you can go your way and I'll go mine. And he somewhat agreed to it, which is great. So yeah. So that's where we're at with family. But mom and I are great. I do love my dad from afar. I've forgiven him. I hope he's forgiven me in some way for however I have not been able to be the son, I guess, that he required or wanted. But I think for me personally,
I don't know. I never think that you should apologize
I don't
for
think
being.
you need forgiveness for.
Yeah,
Oh, that's sweet, you guys.
Your parents' job is, to love you as the person that you are.
Yeah.
It's not your job to become the person that they want you to be.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
That's
never.
strong, yeah.
That's never. So you know,
Well,
I think it's
appreciate
lovely that you, I guess, like have that sentiment, but I don't think that you should ever feel like you need to apologize or be anything like that, because that's not what the fuck it's about.
Yeah.
Your
Well-
parents are meant to love you.
Well, yeah, I 100% agree on that, which is why probably it's been so great to see my brothers now with their kids and breaking those traumas with them. It's been
That's
really,
beautiful.
really beautiful to see that. And thank you for saying that. I think I just try and look at it from the most positive perspective that I can, because it's been such kind of like a hurdle to move past, and then to see where we're at now as well. I feel very vindicated because I made that decision to step away from him, and now the whole family's stepping away from him 5-6 years later. I got to tell you, it feels really good.
I mean, I would assume so, because sometimes in situations like that, you have to like accept the apology was never there. Like you have to give it to yourself to allow yourself to grow beyond it. Because sometimes, like you said, some people are set in their ways, like loving someone from afar.
Yeah.
You know they're going to be who they're going to be. Like I love my dad, but kind of in a similar way. We just send memes here and there, but we don't have that connection anymore. Because like during lockdown, he found religion again. It was very much like hate the sin, love the sinner kind of thing. And I'm like, I didn't choose to be queer. I didn't choose anything. Like I tried for most of my life to be straight, because like I saw how queer people were being treated. I saw how black queer people were being treated.
Right.
And I tried my hardest to fit in, and it just didn't work. Like that's not a thing to do. So to say it's a choice, I'm like, I'm sorry I can't be someone else, but I'm going to be the best me I can be, and that's all that I can ever ask for. So,
Yes, 100%.
like it's beautiful that you're able to step back and be like, this is who I am, this is how I'm going to move. Like I love you, but I know you are a grown-ass adult, and you're set in your ways.
Yeah.
And I can either accept that or move, and it's really beautiful that you decided to move.
Well, thank you for saying that. I think I've gotten to a point now in life where I just recognize my parents are actually humans.
Yes.
And I didn't for a very long time. And now that I recognize it, I've understood as to why they did the things that they did. Like my mom was 20 when she had my brother, my eldest brother, who's like 42 now or something. So at 20, what the hell do we know?
Right.
We don't know anything.
Nothing.
You know, we don't know really much until our end of our 20s, right? Like we're still trying to work it out. Even now.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's ever a point in your life when you actually feel like you know shit. Because my mother will still come and tell me about shit that's taken her off guard. And she's, 63.
Wow.
Like, it's that you never stop learning until the day that you die.
Always,
Totally,
except you know
100%.
nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow, all the way up and down the block.
And everything you think you know turns out to be fucking wrong.
Yes, that's right. And you're undoing all that.
Yeah,
Are
unlearning
you
all
guys
of
going
this.
through that right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Like undoing your face right now. Do you see his face?
Yes. And you're like, you don't have enough time. It's
Look,
like,
I think I've just come out of like a good 6 months of like deep funk. And it's feeling really good. You know, like when you have that self-reflection of after the time has passed, where you're like, right, so this is how I fucked up. This is what I was doing wrong. This is what, and you're only just starting to process it now and go like, right, okay. Like, I think that was what that face was.
Yeah. You said 6 months of that?
Oh, it's been about a year of depression, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done on coming through.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's exactly one of those things. I'm looking at everyone here for anyone else that can relate, because it was like one of those things where I was like sitting there just going, am I ever going to feel better? And then all of a sudden I was feeling better. I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah,
I'm feeling better.
this too shall pass. But
This
when?
too shall pass.
Can we
But
get,
when?
Can we get an ETA? Like,
Yeah, exactly. But I'll tell you what feels real good: the fucking sun coming out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was sitting out on the lawn for an hour, just been like, yeah, please recharge.
Oh, you mean
me.
the actual sun?
the actual?
yeah, yeah.
And now
I was thinking this is a metaphor.
Luke has a child.
But I mean, like there's nothing like spring in Melbourne when the sun suddenly comes out and everyone flocks to the park in their singlets, pretending that it's
Pretending
30
that it's hot.
degrees,
I
but
know
it's
a lot of
actually
people do that
14 in the shade. But you're like,
Yes.
I don't care. I'm going to drink because we've been suffering.
Absolutely.
I went through 8 outfits before I got here. I was like, what do I wear? Do I just wear a singlet? Do I wear a shirt? Like, what do I do? In the end, I wore this, which I liked,
It's
but
very
it's
nice.
still,
Is
thank
it
you.
warm?
but-
Is it like it looks?
It's
It looks like
warm.
it. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
it might when the sun comes through. Like, let me stay in the shade.
Yeah, that's it. I want my high heels for you ladies, too.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. My feet are
Okay, I
cold.
mean, hi.
I'm sorry.
Elitist. Where do you see yourself in 6 months if you're manifesting? Because we always like to manifest in this podcast. People who are creating deserve all the positive energy, all the good vibes, all the well wishes we can give them. So like, where would you like to see yourself? And Luke, you're gonna answer this as well. So just be prepared.
Do you want to go first?
No. You got the question first.
You are the guest of honor. So
I know.
unfortunately,
I just
all
needed a second to think, so I'd pass it to him. Where do I see myself in 6 months? I have a number of the amount of clients that I want to reach in Melbourne, and I'm close to it. So that is where I'd like to see that number hit. I would like to see more exposure for my not-for-profit, which would be in Melbourne and overseas. There's one thing that I'm doing in December. I'm going to Bali. My mom lives in Bali, so I'm going to go visit her. And I'm working with a Canadian company that does playgrounds around the world in developing communities where
Beautiful.
kids don't have access to playgrounds. And so we're collaborating, and I'm bringing a bunch of books from the GoFundMe campaigns and all the money we raise, and then creating a library, like a mini hut library in each of the playgrounds in the outskirts of Bali. And it will be underneath our not-for-profit, and the kids will have access to the library within the playground. Isn't that cool?
That's
That is
amazing.
really
Yeah,
cool.
so I'm really, really excited about that and putting everything together for it and curating all the books that I want that will be also in Bahasa, which is the Balinese language, as well as in English. And it'll be like Tina Turner and Kamala Harris, and there'll be Asian figures as well that are of importance to Indonesia. So that is one big thing that I'm excited for the next 6 months. And also to be able to recoup some of the funds that I've put into music.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can discuss this because, right?
When?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm doing the shows. Because for me as an artist, and I'm sure you guys could relate to this too, as an artist, the only way you can recoup money that you put in investment into your own art is either through merch or through live shows.
Yep.
So that's
I
why
checked my royalties the other day, $7 for my releases this year.
Girl.
Go listen to that shit. Thorn Music, Honey and Habitual, and the EP Fix. It's out now, bitches.
Yes. Tell us about the songs though. What are the songs about?
Okay, well, we've got Honey. Ri'chard is well acquainted with Honey. Honey's about cum.
Oh,
It is. And I was in the
we are
music
very
video.
horny
Yes,
people.
yes.
I love this.
Oh, yeah. Ri'chard was in the music video, and there's a great shot of him going,
I think I've seen. Have I seen this?
We'll send you a link if you haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Is it
Yeah.
on your Instagram?
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Then.
I'm sure you've
Dirty
seen
Ladies.
it. Yeah, and then Habitual is my breakup song that I partly co-wrote with my ex before we broke up. So
Wow.
love that drama. Then we got Honest With Me. It's another breakup song. Just asking someone to be fucking honest with you, you know? I mean, the classic. And then we got Fix, which is I'm whispering in your ear just before we have sex.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's a very sexual EP. I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah, I have my 3 words for my artist profile. It's sexy, sassy, and slutty. So as long as I've hit those, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I'm excited.
Beautiful.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Anyway, my intention was not to plug, but I'm taking the
No,
opportunity.
plug away.
Shut
This
up.
is great.
We are here to plug.
Yeah.
Like, we literally do shout outs for anytime people have events coming up around the release time. We plug everything because who else is going to if we don't?
So true.
So, like, plug your shit all the way through. What's your 6 month manifestation?
My 6 months manifestation is that my partner's PR will come through and that we can start planning our move to London.
Oh,
That's my
Love
6
that.
months manifestation.
Have you been to London before?
I have family in London.
Okay.
And also my dad's wife is from London.
Cool.
So I just love it. I really want to go. We're only going for a year, but my keenness to go is to be around Caribbean culture
Yeah.
because there ain't shit here.
You were saying that before too.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah.
It's very far away, but I think those are 2 very beautiful goals to be having. We're having a bit of technical difficulties, so we're actually going to wrap up this episode. But thank you so much for coming, Siki. I can't wait to see
Thank
where you
you.
go, and obviously be cheering you on. When there's live shows, let us know because we have to lift each other up. Because again, who else will?
Yes, that's it. Amen.
Exactly. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us. It's been a pleasure.
So until next time, I'm Ri'chard,
I'm Luke.
and this has been Melanated in Melbourne.
Melanated in Melbourne.
This has been Melanated in Melbourne, a podcast that analyzes the Australian lifestyle from the lens of two Black American besties. Visit us at melanatedinmelbourne.com or follow us on Instagram to send us your comments or questions. Thank you for listening.